This is the story of Able Danger. Members of a U.S. Army intelligence unit tasked with assembling information about Al-Qaeda prepared a chart that included the names and photographs of 4 future hijackers, who they have identified as members of an Al-Qaeda-based cell in Brooklyn, New York. The members of the intelligence units, called Able Danger, present their chart at the headquarters of the U.S. military's Special Operations Command, or SOCOM, in Tampa, Florida, with a recommendation that the FBI should be called in to take out the Al-Qaeda cell. Lawyers working for SOCOM argue that the information about the Al-Qaeda cell cannot be shared with the FBI. The legal team directs them to put yellow stickers over the photographs of Muhammad Atta and the other cell members to symbolize that they are off limits. Lieutenant Colonel Schaefer later says that an unnamed 2-star general above him is very adamant about not looking further at Atta. I was directed several times to ignore Atta, to the point where he had to remind me he was a general and I was not, and I would essentially be fired. Military leaders at the meeting take the side of the lawyers and prohibit any sharing of information about the Al-Qaeda cell. Upon taking this information to the 9/11 Commission, the Commission failed to include any of this information in their investigation. According to Schaefer, relevant documents are now missing. Shortly after talking to the 9/11 Commission, there were some issues going on about the documentation. Right now, as it stands this minute, to my knowledge, the documentation I had, we don't know where it is. As a result of these revelations, Schaefer had his security clearance lifted over a dispute over mileage reimbursement and charges for personal phone calls on a work cell phone. Schaefer was an active Army major who has been placed on administrative leave as a result of a phone bill and a gas bill for under $100.
This is an attempt to prevent the American people from knowing the facts about how we could have prevented 9/11, and people are covering it up today. And they're ruining the career of a military officer to do it. And we can't let it stand. I don't care whether you're Democrat or Republican, you can't let a lieutenant colonel's career be ruined because of some bureaucrat in the Defense Intelligence Agency. If we let that happen, then no one that wears the uniform will ever feel protected.
Why would the Defense Intelligence Agency want to destroy the reputation, as you point out, a decorated career member of the United States military?
Those DIA officials are still in the agency. They're still there working, and they don't want Tony Schaefer to tell the truth. They don't want Commander Scott Philpott to tell the truth, because they're then going to have to answer the question, why did you ignore this? Why did you not take appropriate steps? Why did this information not be passed to the FBI? Louis Freeh this past Sunday said on Meet the Press that if it had the Able Danger information, the FBI could have stopped the hijackings. That's Louis Freeh saying that this past Sunday.
In September of 2005, Republican Congressman Curt Weldon gave a press conference on Able Danger. I'm Curt Weldon, and I'm here to provide a response to the 9/11 Commission in their statements this week about Able Danger and the outrageous statement made by Slade Gorton that it just didn't exist. And it is absolutely outrageous, especially from a commission that I supported that spent $15 million with 80 staffers to give the American people and the Congress a full and complete understanding of what happened prior to 9/11. They have maintained there is no information about Able Danger or the data mining work. They couldn't find anything. It's absolutely unbelievable to me that a commission will come out and say that this program just didn't exist. The Pentagon has acknowledged now publicly that they have identified 5 defense employees who either vividly remember identifying Muhammad Atta prior to 9/11 or seeing his name linked with the Brooklyn cell prior to 9/11. But the person who has not been brought out in the public yet, this person who will testify that he was actually the one who destroyed 2.5 terabytes of data about Able Danger. That included the Brooklyn cell and Muhammad Atta. Now, I'm not a computer expert. I don't know what 2.5 terabytes of data are, but if you can believe this, told him that it's basically 1/4 of all the printed material that the Library of Congress has in their collection. Now that's a lot of material. Where is the media on this? These revelations are being made by a United States congressman on the floor of the House of Representatives, and the media is not covering it? Congressman Weldon has called for a criminal investigation into what he says is the most important story of our lifetime.
Michael Jackson has given investigators a DNA sample. They raided his Neverland ranch twice over the past 2 days. The singer is facing child molestation and conspiracy charges. And join me, please, at 10 o'clock Eastern tonight. We are going to cover the penalty phase of the Scott Peterson case in Rap Sheet. Also, what you can learn from supermodel Heidi Klum. She has decided to write a book. You're going to meet her at 10 o'clock Eastern. Right now, CNN presents Nuclear Terror.